I'll play the video I have about the fires. That's the biggest news of the week. And
yeah, we need to talk about that because there must be like thousands of
the
videos
audio.
on.
Well, there's a lot of theories running around,
Ladies
guys.
and
But
gentlemen.
let's take a
There's
minute.
so much
Just take a minute
disinformation
and
flying
talk about
around
it
about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los
before we
Angeles,
make any
California,
assumptions.
the heart of the Golden State, where dreams come alive.
I did a
And look how
homework
tragic it
overnight.
He really wasn't.
I have been watching this situation for the last 3 days. We are on day 4 right now. I have a report on that and did a study on the first live news early this morning. Apparently, as we speak, Brentford is being threatened by the Palisades fire. Has been crept up that they grew up overnight last night. Be also aware that a lot of these live channels are refashioning or replaying older video footage, and they're being kind of lazy. I am not condoning that. If you're going to be live and you're going to tell people you're live, then play current information, not old information, because what we're looking at is old information right now as we speak. And a lot of people are just, clickbaiting you. And so stick to the live real stuff, not the old information. And again, Brentwood in the Woodland Hills area and everything are in danger tonight. And of course, today is the 11th of January in 2025. And so people stick up. Now, there are higher winds forecast for this evening than there are currently in California right now, and I did check into the weather. So it's going to be nasty again tonight, and these Santa Ana winds will continue. However, they're going to be 20 to 30 miles an hour rather than the 60 to 80 that you're seeing right here, and upward gusts of 100 miles an hour. Now, remember, in firestorms create their own weather. There is a lot of gossip going on. You go all the way from Jewish space lasers to what. So be careful on your assumptions and watch this fire because it's going to continue for a while yet. They have not got it contained yet. And tonight will be dangerous. Yes.
I have a question about these fires.
Yeah.
You know how watching it now has simply highlighted it as a new, oh gosh, thing. But like you've said already and cautioned us about, is that this is a regular occurrence. It is something.
Santa Ana winds, which is a regular yearly, this time of year occurrence where the wind direction changes in the California coast and it comes in from the north and goes into a south westerly pattern that blows down through. It's called the Santa Ana winds, and I encourage you to look up the history of that as well before you jump to a conspiracy of space lasers. Although this year, and to set the record straight, this year California is in the LA area per se. Other regions of California have gotten rain, but this one, because of its dome-like heat that it puts off by all the residents and the traffic and all of that, has gotten less rain than the rest of the region. Therefore, it is Kindle matchstick dry, and this is a firestorm. Montana Skywatcher, and we can ask Carol Ann. I warned you guys this was coming. We were going to see firestorms this year.
You did. A long time ago.
This is an example of a firestorm where the weather, if you look at the mounting rotational pattern of the heat that is generated by this immense burn-off, it creates additional high winds, which you're looking at right now, where this can creep and jump flames at many dozens of miles per hour, 50, 60 miles an hour, where it just rolls up mountainside, and there's no way to stop this firestorm.
Okay, so I saw this comment from Michelle a little bit ago about how satellite is showing it started at 3 different places at the exact same time.
That's what I was talking about in the green room that I was seeing. They showed a satellite footage, and it's like 3 of them at the same time, and they grow big. They grow at it's like they start at the exact same time, and I don't know. It's just
from what I looked up was the original fire was originally a house fire. The 2 additional spot fires, from what the media is saying, is that they had at that time they had 80-mile-an-hour winds, and they were spot fires that jumped from one mountain range to another.
but it's the media. I
Right,
mean, they're going to
but
say
I'm taking
whatever it's not is that's what they're going to say.
Okay, well, we have no evidence to prove other than it was a house fire that sparked a vastly large.
But I do feel
feel
there
like
is
that's
a
a
reason
cover-up.
to question because there is 3 fires that start almost simultaneously.
They did catch an arsonist later on for the 4th fire or something like that as well.
Again.
And residents, citizens arrested him, and then the police came later. Yeah, there is evidence of arson, and it's perhaps arson. We don't have any major facts. And for the record, for the program, for the citizen science people, me and the rules, I'm not going to advocate jumping to conclusions, but this is going to continue. It's not out yet. It's not over yet. And the Santa Ana winds will continue.
I do want to add that I do not think it's space lasers whatsoever.
Right.
No.
To me,
I'm not saying that either.
To me, I have two things that I would dare say: either small stuff getting through, little asteroid, little things that are big enough.
Oh yeah, that could fire. Yeah, we are in the height of our.
And I would say electrical discharge, but there was none of that seen.
We are in the height of our meteor shower right now. There's several going off. It's entirely possible a meteor came in.
That's what that would be that was my first suggestion. But
well,
again,
one of
I'm
the
kind of like you, Sam. I want to see more before I make up my mind.
One of the plagues of Exodus was the 75-pound flaming meteorites that came in by the thousands over Egypt.
There you go.
So, and we've talked about this in the years past.
It doesn't take well, especially a place like California. So I bet it'd be something tiny would start a fire.
Yeah, any spark. But in this case, from what the reports that I have found so far, and I've watched a lot of material, it was originally one house fire, and then it jumped 2 mountain ranges north and to the south. And then that was the 3 major fires, and then there was a development of a 4th fire, which also could have been a spot fire, and then the 5th, I believe, was started by an arsonist, or didn't start it, or he was trying to, or whatever. So we have to remember that these spot fires can fly many, many miles over from one place to another in a hot ember. And it exists. Now, we talked about this a year ago in our shows about the great Northwest firestorm that occurred at the turn of the century in the Pacific Northwest. And that's why the Forest Service is located in Missoula, Montana, where I live, because we were the far end of the great firestorm, which happened. And I would encourage people to look that up on Google and YouTube as well. And we warned that this was coming. I did not expect it in California per se, even though it happened already a couple of times. And you can look that up.
But again, guys, it is not uncommon for California to see this kind of activity. It's not uncommon at all. So, yeah, it's pretty expected.
And we are.
And Russell, I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's nice to see you here. We miss you. We'd like to see you.
And I'll reiterate, it's flooding in Saudi Arabia.
You're probably busy, buddy, but it's nice to see you.
And it's the Sahara Desert is turning green. So we are. I'll get back again, not in Kansas anymore. So we are witnessing climate change right here. This is desertification, where it's burning itself off because of how dry it is.
Samuel?
Yes?
Is it worse than it's ever been, this particular one, or was there times when it was worse than this?
Oh, I was just watching an ice core study on climate change and drought, and they believe that in 900 AD there was a major drought in the Americas, which was leading to the end of the Mayan civilization, for one. Yes, there have been a number of droughts going back through history from what I have studied. 900 AD, 1250-ish BC, and then again at 1600 through 1700 BC as well, with the last passing of the planets as well, with the 3,654 year cycle included. And now we don't have full confirmation of that era period, so we approximately estimate, BCE and all of that. Look at that. That is an example of Saru above the sun. And every time I watched all of this, I never got to comment on it because I didn't dare, because somebody slapped me down.
Samuel.
Yes, go ahead.
Honey, Jessica Wyndham is presenting a question because she's a new member here. And could you clarify what she's talking about so that she gets the correct information, please?
Okay, I'm scrolling. I'm not finding it.
It's sort of towards the end of the scrolls. She's talking about...
Okay, Carol Ann is what I see so far. Got to scroll up, I think. Oh, okay, there. Okay, hot and dry everywhere on Earth. No, what has happened is we've tipped and we partially rolled because that second larger star got here, and all the planets, all our normal planets, tipped their axis as well.
Yes.
And if you go into YouTube or NASA or anything like that, and you look this up over the last decade, all the normal planets are also heating up. We are not seeing just climate change on Earth. We are seeing all of our normal planets heat up. And let's go all the way to the basics of science. What heats up all the planets in the solar system?
Your sun. The
addition of a second star.
Second sun. Yep.
We have a second star arrival. We have these other planets that we are passing through. We are spread out. They are tightly wrapped. We, Earth, are passing through them larger solar system, and every 3,654 years, we trade places. We cross each other.
Yes.
Planet of passing. Nibiru means the planet of passing. But nobody expected it to be this damn close. And it is. It's huge. It's massive. And this is where they come in and they collect the commodities because they're that close. And we've seen evidence of, star charts and all this, over the decades. And the rest is pretty much proven over many, many years and hundreds of thousands of photographs that these planets are indeed here in front of us now and affecting our weather. Our planetary axis tip. I watched the moon last night. Holy cow! From my north window, and that's not normal. And it was a very bright, unusually illuminated night sky, and I could see the side effects of a planet standing there that was much larger than the moon, and yet the moon was sort of part of the illumination at night. So the planets are now visible at night because they're around us. We're in the middle of them. We're swimming in them. They're above us and going beyond us. And the show is going to get better and better every day. And, now would be a really cool time to learn the background information, the asteroids and all the crap that we're handing you. And pardon the expression for saying crap. But I mean, there's so much information. Look at that middle picture. That is Saru over the top. And, again, thank you, JD, for that killer photograph of Saru just at dawn. It's awesome. We are looking at worldwide change. No longer in Kansas, dodo. Everything we know, all our weather